Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to HO. Welcome back to our map. I'm watching, I'm spectating Roy here. His forks are not big enough for his tractor, so he's trying to sell them. He couldn't get them off, and he couldn't sell his tractor because, or he couldn't sell the forks because it kept on toggling to his tractor, so we're watching him maneuver those around. He was trying for about 5 minutes before. I should have hit record earlier. Watching him trying to get the forks off there, but maybe we could look at some contract work here if he needs that instead. I could be willing to help and make some more money instead of I would like to finish one field of sunflowers first, maybe two, try to get it in before the rain, but if he's got some work, I don't know, maybe we could go do that or not. But anyway, we have some well, not with my tractor. We have where are we at here? Let's see. So I got this guy rigged up. So I guess I should explain, not much time has passed since the last episode that you've seen, but I was thinking ahead. I did say I was going to do this on the stream, because I've got 25 loads, 25 trips with this guy. It's going to be a lot, but, you know, with that, a lot of time might pass, and I might not get any planting, so I want to make sure that I can record some planting. And so, well, here we are at this field. We're gonna finish planting some sunflowers, and then we will go from there. So actually, you know what? Roy's farm is all downhill from where I am at, so I could actually haul some straw. You are all downhill. I'm game. Let me know when ready. Okay, so let's just do this field while we are waiting. And whoa, hold on there. Now the weird thing was, let's see. Okay, so the markers work now. When I was playing earlier, they were not. I don't really understand what was the deal there. We're right there on the we're right here on the edge of the well, I thought he was going to supply the trailer. It's going to be kind of hard if he doesn't. Yeah. Well, yeah, it won't really help at all. I do have the IT runner trailer, but if he doesn't have the IT runner, that's no good. Yeah. So maybe we won't be hauling for him then, which is fine. Okay, so we're gonna finish right here. Let's put up the marker, and gotta remember that. So going this way, I gotta hit it twice. I just gotta remember that. Let's you know what? I think we actually want to do a backup here. Let's just move this here and take off just a little bit here. And don't want to go too fast. Kind of gotta balance that out. And let's get centered, and we gotta lower. So once we get going, then we can lower our marker. And we gotta tap that twice. There we go. Got our marker down, and we are going pretty good now. So let's see here. So we can you know what? Let's actually use cruise control. I think that'll be a little bit better for us, because then, you know what? I need to put that cruise control on my steering wheel, so I don't have to hit the keyboard to toggle the. I think that's gearbox, where you can. It toggles the different cruise control speeds. It makes it a little bit easier. So we're going to turn in low, and I'll explain why I'm doing that. It's especially helpful for gearbox. So we will hit that and speed up and hit it once to lower. There we go. So we got the right marker out. Well, I mean the left marker. We got the correct marker out. Let's see. What I was trying to say is this gearbox You know, this is the one time where it might be worth my risking a little cartilage damage in my knee using the clutch, because when you brake, you can't just like let out the clutch to slow down and coast. It's like you have to brake instead of coasting. I guess, or I could put a neutral. Let's see here. I just should use my clutch. The field's not long enough for me to explain what I'm trying to say. I need to keep it on cruise control, otherwise, well, let's just do this. So if without cruise control, so let's let off the gas. So this is the speed without cruise control. This makes it really hard to turn, right? So I need to keep cruise control. Well, you know what? You know what else I could do? I can just turn on cruise control when I'm near the end and just use the gas for the, okay, that works. That works for me. Let's do that then. Okay, so from now on, well, you know what? We need to get a little bit centered, just a little bit better here. There we go. That'll be a little bit better. So we want to hit it on the. Oh wow, that was really, really bad. That's why okay, let's just do it like pretending we turn. Okay, so when we're turning, we're gonna be going 6 miles an hour in cruise control, nice and slow, almost stopped, but fast enough. And then we're gonna drop the planner, and then we're gonna speed up, and then we're gonna hit the marker to drop. Okay, we're gonna get the hang of this. It's a little bit different than in real life. It's yeah, I just, maybe I could try, you know, the clutch on my pedals is undoubtedly easier than the clutch in the in real life. So let's see. So now we hit it. Okay, we're getting the hang of this. Turn around slowly. Although we're gonna need some end rows probably the next time. So let's lower, and then we can speed up and hit the marker once, and there we go. I think we're actually gonna need some end rows just to make it a little bit easier on that, what is that, the north side of the field. It's pretty hard to stop and, you know, to just make turning easier. Otherwise, it's gonna be a pain. Alright, so let's see if we can remember this. We are approaching the end, so just, and this is easiest for my knee, not necessarily what you do in real life. Let off the gas, do the cruise control, put up the markers, and raise, but we didn't turn in time. Alright, well, just trying to make it as efficient and fast as possible with that. Oh, that's not good. We buried into our end rows just a little bit. Let's turn this around. And that's why you always lift up the marker first. Alright, so let's speed up then. And this time should be the marker twice. Yeah. There we go. Got that marker down. You don't need the marker to the very last end, because I should have put the marker up first, really. You know, I mean, when it's like about this far, you can kind of, I mean, in the game, just kind of like real life, you can generally see, you know, like follow a line in the dirt, or look at a fixed point off in the distance, or something like that, to be able to see, to know where to drive straight. For just, you know, for a few feet, you're not going to get off. And if you forget them, you know, to put the marker down, well, then you're kind of really hosed there. It's hard without markers. Sometimes we had a hydraulic issue on our marker once, and you know, because you don't always, it's not like you're staring at the marker the entire pass through the field, so it was pretty ugly trying to fix that and straighten that out. In general, it's actually really hard to go straight the first time blind, and that's what makes it hardest. Once you have the marker there, then you can see that second pass is actually generally, for me at least, even more straight, because that's the point where you can see, okay, well, you know, my mark went off just a little bit of a curve here, so I'm going to straighten that up, because you don't want to follow that curve for corn all the way through the field. Then your yield's going to be bad. That's why GPS gives you an extra, you know, they say GPS gives you like a, I think the numbers were 3 to 5% yield increase, just because you're never off. You're always perfect like that. So here, there we go, pressing once. So anyway, what I was saying is, yeah, if you get off your marker, that second row down, you can kind of see, okay, well, it curves here, so I'm just going to go straight through the curve and straighten it up, because then your third row and every other row after that is generally really, really straight. It's really hard making it perfectly straight down the middle of a field. And especially that's the case, and we did it again, didn't we? Especially that's the case for us in Tazewell County, because most of the time when we're setting the edge next to a field, it's not like we have trees in the distance that we can look at as a you know, as a landmark to steer towards. It's not like we have, like here for example, let's just turn around and see. So here for example, if I forgot to put the mark down, and now I'm saying this for corn, I'm planting sunflowers. I know I'm planting sunflowers. I don't actually know for sunflowers. It might not be as important, but here, for example, we could say like, okay, well, basically to the right side of that window up there, if we put the center of the tractor on the right side of that window, that looks pretty straight, right? So, you know, you can do stuff like that on a few, it's very rare you can do that on a field for us. It's, if you remember Tazewell County, most of those fields are bordering another field, and so you're just, there's nothing in the distance and close range to stare at, and there's nothing to your right, there's nothing to your left, because to your left is your own field, and to your right is a neighbor field, not yours, but it's just dirt. It looks exactly the same, you know. So it's you can tell a little bit of a difference, like with different hybrids and stuff like that they have planted, and you know, sometimes there's slight differences, but in general it's, oh, look at this. Well, here we get to do some theory to practice. I was talking and I forgot my mark, so I think right about here, right about there, you can see that that tree in the distance that looks like we're gonna go towards, and let's lay down that marker. So right there, that tree, that's where we're gonna aim for the center. Maybe to the right of the tree, that's where we're gonna aim the center of the nose. So it does get you off sometimes, but then you'll see how bad you were, or not, when you go to turn around and you look at your mark again. It's kind of a scary thing. You hope that nobody comes out to the field and notices before you had a chance to fix it, because otherwise you can clearly see where you're off. All right, so let's just I think that's pretty good. Alright, there we go. Let's speed up now. It's like we got a slight gap back there where we missed just one time, but that's not the end of the world. I'm not doing this with fertilizer because I actually should have on this field. On other fields, I didn't do it with fertilizer because I spread manure and or slurry, and I basically already have, and the rest of them I already put some pre-emergence, I forget what I'm doing. I put some herbicide on there, so I know that it's going to be 3 layers with a weeder, and I'm gonna do the weeder this year to save some money on fertilizer costs, since I already have the weeder. So the this field though is not like that. I should have put a little bit of fertilizer in here to make it through this field, lay down another layer, save us a little bit of fuel usage in the future. But you know what? I don't know if you saw it in one of my other videos, but I have our fertilizer spreader hooked up to the Unimog. That thing actually works pretty good as a fertilizer spreader, and I made it have thin wheels. I didn't actually attach thin wheels onto there, but the way that the thin wheels, the way that ground the fruit destruction mod works is, all you need is the thin wheels in the title, and put down the wrong marker. All you need is the thin wheels in the title in the mod desk, no, the vehicle XML, and it'll that what is that? The crop destruction mod will recognize it as thin. So I just cheated a little bit. I didn't want to spend a lot of time editing the Unimog, but for row crops, it just reminds me a lot of. I know in the Midwest, especially for spot spraying, you know, if you only have like a small patch in your field, you don't want to have to hire a huge rig to come out and, you know, spray the whole field, or you know, just some of the, so you spray it yourself with a little ATV. And we've got there we go. So you spray it yourself with an ATV, and the reason why you do that is because, you know, it just saves on fuel. It's cheap. It saves expenses. And so the Unimog reminds me a lot of something like that. So that's why I edited the Unimog, so we can spray our crops. You know, you probably wouldn't do that with wheat, but I see a lot of guys do that with row crops, like corn, soybeans. So I added the thin tires to the Unimog so I can actually spray our crops with Unimog, and it's gonna be awesome. I look forward to being able to do that. But like I said, I don't think you wouldn't want to do that with wheat, or you know, a crop that you're drilling. But road crops, you know, those are perfect for that when the crop's smaller. We have just about finished this field. This, I did not actually, I guess the other reason I wanted to film this video is because I did not actually buy this planter. This was borrowed from Mark DuPont, who said I could use it. I will probably buy one eventually, because this planter is just perfect for me. I don't really need anything bigger. It's almost 6 meters wide. It's really light, and it goes great for corn and sunflower. And the biggest problem I can see is it does not hold a lot of seed. For sunflowers, that's not really a problem. For corn, we might have a little bit of a problem for that. So, that came out almost perfect, I think. Whoops, and that's not good. I accidentally, I gotta switch, that is way too sensitive. For some reason, one of the buttons that I have over my side console that I use to toggle forward and backwards is really, really sensitive. So I think what we're gonna do here is we're just going to use some row shutoff and close, we're gonna do this right here. And we're just gonna fix that up. Just a little patch there that I missed. And we'll just leave it down for this patch. And then we have one more field, I think. Let's see, I just gotta run some math real quick. I need an estimated amount of, okay, so we're gonna put you in neutral and float you over here. And let's see here. So I'm just gonna Alt-Tab out, and we're gonna do a little bit of math, because I don't know what my, let's see. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to basically I just did the math off screen. It was just easier. I figured that it would be better if I did my we'll do all these other fields that I am farming as sunflowers. Oh, you know what? I forgot I had 18 as well. That changes things. I was only counting on this one and then the one I'm going to, which we don't need the, why didn't that work the first time? There we go. We don't need that. What I was saying is we have, let's see, with sunflowers. So I think with these sunflowers, I'll plant one more field of mine as sunflowers, and then the rest I want to do is corn. And I'm going to go for a back-to-back rotation of corn. We're going to work the soil pretty hard and just pump it full of nitrogen in the off year, lots of manure, because we're going to have to do corn on corn, and then a year of something like lighter. Maybe we'll do corn, sunflower, wheat. I don't know. I'll have to figure out a rotation. It's tricky because I'm buying from others too, and I have to coordinate with them what they're doing this year, what I need, etc. So, I've done the math, and it's actually better for me if I produce corn on my land, because with MR gameplay and the math I did, unless I'm wrong, per acre that I can produce corn, I can effectively produce more money than have. Let's see, how do I say that? So if I have one, well, I got the numbers right here. So if I have 1 hectare of corn, I can produce more corn than I could buy wheat versus producing wheat and buying corn. The price difference there is corn is better to produce if I have the acreage to do it. So obviously I can't produce corn every year on the same field back to back. That's just not going to be good. So I'm trying to figure out ways to get more corn out of my acres, and I think I might try a rotation of you know, corn and then something else. To make things easier, I could do something like I'm thinking about not producing any wheat and just buying my wheat and bales from someone else, since I don't have the acreage to produce it all myself, right? Ideally I would, but since I don't have the acreage to produce it all myself, I'm thinking about buying wheat from someone else, because then that means I don't need to, and then I'll have someone else bale it. That means I don't have to buy a baler. And right, you know, in the long run, obviously I would want to do all these things myself, but in the short run, it actually gets me ahead faster, I believe, because I don't have to buy a baler, I don't have to transport the bales to my farm, I don't have to cut the wheat and bale it. So it's less time involved for me, I actually think. I think that something like that, and you know, that's another header I don't need to buy. I only need 1 header for corn, right? I don't need to worry about, oh, we are not centered. I don't need to worry about buying the a cutting header for wheat. So, I mean, in the short term, I think that might be easier. I just, right now, I can't even produce all the corn and sunflowers that I need for protein. So I'm gonna have to buy, to supplement my income, I'm gonna have to buy some corn or something from someone else. There's just not enough to go around, but yeah, that's gonna be the plan. Let's do another. This is awful. This is kind of short, so let's just do another one over here. I should have used a marker, but I didn't. And we're gonna do another one down there on the end, just because it'll be a little bit easier for turning around. I had a little bit of a skip there. All right, so we'll just do one more. So I don't need a marker. I should have used a marker on that last one, but you know. Okay, we'll just eyeball it. I think if I put the planter, we're just about at that tire fender. We're pretty good. Yeah, just about like that. That's pretty good, right? Don't want too much overlap. I tell you, this map is I don't know, it's tough. The map's great. The map's good. The views aren't as good as some other maps, but the performance is pretty good. It's built for multiplayer, and it's I'm having more fun. I just say all that because I really do miss the views that you see in Lone Oak. It's just. I mean, it's not bad. Not bad by any means. I just prefer a little bit more of the openness, like the West Coast and Lone Oak, I would say, and Oakfield. You know, those maps, you're just able to look further and past, you know, past a much further area is what I'm trying to say. I don't know, it's got a mix of tight spaces with the hedgerows, but the long views. And then Lone Oak doesn't have the tight spaces, but it still has the great views. So I don't know. I guess I'm just partial to views. I'm kind of having withdrawals, but I mean this map is, don't get me wrong, this map is pretty in its own right. I mean, you know, you got a few layers there in the distance where you can see the, see some hills in the background, and you got the trees there in the middle of the map, and so it opens up a little bit. I do like how the fences are designed where you have a fair amount of open fields, and you have a fair amount of, you know, like it's not necessarily terribly tight as you would see over in the UK, but it's still like a lot of these fields are fenced, and I like that because I don't know, I like it when people use field entrances, you know, when you're watching them play, instead of just driving over a ditch or something like that, you know, or I mean, I don't think anybody on the server really cuts across fields, but, you know, it's fun having fences to help keep you honest. I really enjoy that. So we will go back one more time here, and I think we'll start from, I don't know, we'll start from the straightest, longest edge. That's probably the best thing to do here. Take a good look at my little planner. And we want that, so we'll try to, oh boy, this is gonna be hard to, I'm not good at remembering things. I'm just not. But we'll figure it out. I think I can almost go into high. Should we try high? Oh, I did talk to Modeliker, the guy who the guy who I found out that it's a soft S, or a soft CH sound. Oh my goodness, we forgot the marker. Well, that was yeah. That was my bad. It's a sh sound, so it's Aisher. But I found out that the H and the S stand for basically a rabbit and a turtle. Whatever their words are for rabbit and turtle. So it's that's an interesting way to name gears. I was telling them I remember on our John Deere tractors, they always have the, let's see, so this is 1, right? Yeah. I think we got a little bit crooked there at the end. Not too bad. Well, let me, I'll continue that in a second. On all the John Deere tractors, they have nice little symbols for, it's like, I don't know, there's just something about looking up and seeing the little rabbit and the turtle for the, like, the fan speeds for slow and fast for, like, the air conditioner. I don't know, I just always liked the little rabbit and the turtle, so I'm, it's kind of fun to see, that the H and the, you know, the gears, the high and the low, are named after a turtle and a rabbit. I don't think any gearboxes are like that in North America. I think they typically just say high or low. I don't think anybody ever uses a turtle for a slow gear. Although I've seen the symbol, and then like also the throttle. Like, you know, on the John Deere 44 series. Well, I think a lot of the John Deere tractors have that. They have the throttle for the, they've got the rabbit and the turtle for the speed control on the throttle. Whether or not it's fast or slow. Which way you're moving the lever, what it does. So I don't know, it just kind of reminded me of good memories, and we gotta put our marker down halfway through the field, and we got to remember to put our marker up. Gotta go right about now. There we go. And we did get our other, yeah, we got that one up. All right, so we are finishing out this little section here, and this field goes really, oh my goodness, this field goes so quick when you have, you know, it's just amazing how much. I'm using the smallest cultivator in the game, and I can't quite use it at top speed. it's amazing how fast you can work ground, even if it's 3 meters. If you can just work it at top speed, or if you have a little bit wider of equipment, it's amazing how fast you can get work done by comparison when you've been using 3-meter equipment for a while. It's such a huge difference. That one is, yeah, one. Okay, man, I really need the proceed mod, because that way it's a separate button each time for the markers. I need to get that proceed mod. I don't even think it's worth putting the marker down over here. We'll just kind of eyeball it. Marker will be up by the time we get anywhere in the field. So let's go here. I've been tooling around with the thoughts of making a multiplayer map, designing it 4X style, and designing it from the ground up to be for basically this style of play. And I really thought about doing it, but then I saw someone else, LS-ModCompany, I think. At least they're affiliated with LS-ModCompany. Is making, it looks like it's in pre-release right now for a private group of people, or testing, but it's, where can you find more out of, probably LS-ModCompany, you can find more out about it. Model Elisher actually pointed it out to me. Man, that one would be awesome to test out and see what it's like. I watched a video of that thing, and it has everything. It has a lot of factories, it has small fields, it has big fields, and because it's so huge, you could actually put more than, you know, we have 10 people on this map, and it feels pretty, that's about the limit. We could actually have, like, you know, maybe even 20 farms. I mean, I know you can only have 16 people on the map at the same time, but that's very rare. It's pretty rare you even see this, you know, about half the people on the farm. Whoops. Okay, well okay. We just wrecked something. We'll pretend that didn't happen and just continue on our way. I was, I don't know, I'm getting a little tired. It's about time for a nap or something like that. But anyway, I just wanted to cover a little bit of planting, because I didn't know if I was going to be able to include any later, because... Where's the balloon? Where's the balloon? Wonder if it's out of clipping distance. There's, the map has a lot of cool, flying objects. I was gonna try to show you one of them. The map has a lot of really neat objects going throughout, the air. They have biplanes and HoTs and, balloons and stuff like that. And I actually thought that I'd get bored of them and like, oh my goodness, I've seen the thing going by the same pattern, but you actually don't really notice it enough to bother you, since you're moving all around the map, and the script's not very, it doesn't happen very often enough, so it's actually pretty well done. When I first saw all those flying throughout the map, I thought I was not gonna like it because of the amount of I thought it would just add way too much. You know, it's like, oh, there goes the balloon again, and again, and again, and, you know, but that's not at all what it is like. It's pretty good. It's timed pretty well. The other thing I was, oh yeah, I was talking about the map, and that map looks awesome. I totally forget the name. Something LS-ModCompany. I can try to tab over and look at it. It's called yeah, how do I pronounce that? Hopfosh? Hopfock? Oh, that sounds like I said a bad word. Hopfosh, I think. LS Map Vorstelling in Dillich ist Sida. And then it says, oh boy. Yeah, that's why you don't read when you're trying to drive. And then it says Hopfosh preview version. I don't know what any of that means, but it's based off of a real area. I forget where, but it's based off of a real area somewhere in Germany. And it's got exactly what we need out of a map like this, production map, with a lot of similar sized fields, only it's bigger and we can have more people. But don't worry, for the people on the server, I'm not thinking of switching maps anywhere near that. I'm just we need to slow down a little bit there. I'm just saying that as it's just an interesting map and it looks pretty awesome. So I think that we will do some more sunflowers right here. Let's see. I think one more field of sunflowers, and then I should be good to go. Actually, you know what? Let's kind of do a 360 here. I think we'll just start going down. Set the end rows there, just so we don't have to turn around on the road. And there we go. That's a little bit better. Back a little bit more. Punch it up the hill without hitting the fence. And that should be good. We'll lower that. And we need to set the handbrake there. Let's turn off the tractor. Let's head back over to our farm where we got a little German flags flying. That's so awesome. And let's just check on the sale price for a pig. See if it went up at all since. No, still 1601 for the sale price. Like I said, the highest I saw was 1606. That was at the peak. It doesn't even look like we're at the, I hate Windows, how it does that sound every single time I look at something in seasons. Pig price, yeah, so we're one day away from what should be the max. I think that price difference is because I wasn't looking at the pigs with this much health. They're pretty healthy at 82%. I don't actually know what I could do to get them healthier. I wish that would go more. But, I mean, maybe does the amount of manure? No, that can't affect their health. I should look that up. I believe that the cleanliness affects their health. But I don't know what else it would be that affects their health. I don't know. It seems like they've been at 82% forever. I don't know why that is. But anyway, we've got some good breeding. It seems like just yesterday it was at 400, and now I'm already at 415, and that's a huge problem because this can only hold 9. I think I said at the end of last episode, oh goodness, that's gonna have to be 25 trips, and I'm getting tired just thinking about it. So I'm gonna stop this recording. I will, you know what, let's get back here to our little tractor, just so we can get something like a good screenshot look. That looks like a pretty good screenshot. So I will probably do that and save that as the screenshot for the thumbnail. Until next time, you got some planting. Like I said, I don't know how far along I'll be in planting. I might have to move that along based on the time that I have to record an episode. Like I said, I don't always play the game from my desktop. I play it from, my laptop out in the living room and, stuff like that, kind of spending time with my wife, getting ready for bed, and she's a really light sleeper, so sometimes I play it in bed, so I can play the game without having to wake her up and go to bed, for example. So, you know what? I just realized that I was on display capture that entire time, so if the video recording quality was bad, it was ever since I must have accidentally hit a button there. Sorry about that. So anyway, I will see you guys later, and sorry if that recording quality was just slightly worse than normal. I will see you guys later. I hope that you all enjoy. Have a great day. Have a great, well, it's the weekend for me, but have a great whatever it is for you. I'll see you guys later.